Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
Auto insurance can all seem the same until it comes time to use it. So don't get stuck paying more for less coverage. Switch to USAA Auto Insurance and you could start saving money in no time. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA. Hilton brings you new ways to stay with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing basketball.
Basketball. Here's our hosts, Steve Collins. And Bill Flitter.
If I can. All right. Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. I literally cut Coach off there. No, this is not a high tech. We're just gonna go with it, Coach. Coach was worried that what buzzers were going off. I have dogs barking half the time in the background. So
well, you know what it is? It's the and full disclosure, it's the customer service on coachingyouthhoops.com.
No, is it really?
Yeah, it's when someone comes to the website, it dings. So I'm aware of, anyway, I just turned it off.
That you need.
So coaches, if you're online right now, I'm sorry, we're recording podcast.
Yep. It happens.
They can always leave a message.
I know they can. Wow. Thanksgiving's coming. Hey, so Thanksgiving's a couple days away. I love, you know what the best part about Thanksgiving is?
What's that?
Leftovers.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
I like literally my mother-in-law makes extra stuff for me to take home.
Yeah, no, that's
because I need my mashed potato. It's like the only time I eat turkey and mashed potatoes, and like it's like, and it's the we have our scrimmage. We're getting ready for our first game the following week. Yeah. We play on Saturday, so it's always a busy time.
Right.
So I think they're always worried about me not eating anyway, but not anymore. They used to, not anymore. But anyway, so that's why I like Thanksgiving. It's fun. Anyway,
it's Thanksgiving. Yeah, I love Thanksgiving. I like that time of the year.
And it has Black Friday. So that's the lead in right there. What's happening on Black Friday with Coaching Youth Hoops, Coach?
You just have to go to basketball. Yeah, you have to go to basketballblackfriday.com to go check out our special offer. $29 and you get a full season of basketball practice plans. A full season. If you're a youth coach,
I know. I told him he shouldn't do this. I said that's $29
money on practice plans. We have it done for you. You know what? I'll tell you what happened. Why we came to this deal. I did a coaches clinic this past weekend, and there was for our local rec league, and then I was talking with all these coaches, and they're struggling with practice plans, what to teach, and not only that, what order to teach it in, and the progression of all of that. I'm like, you know what? I got it done. $29. Let's do it. There's so much noise on the internet, right? So many drills you could do, and it actually becomes overwhelming. So we've
too much.
Ripped all of that away and compressed it for you. And it's everything that I have done before that I know that works. I tweak it on a regular basis, pull things in and out of it that I feel like, okay, maybe it wasn't quite right, or I get feedback from other coaches, or I enhance it, add more instructions, whatever. But you will This deal is absolutely incredible. So for $29, it's just the practice plans. So go over to basketballblackfriday.com.
Basketballblackfriday.com. I will put it down in the show notes for everybody too. So don't pull over the car or stop jogging. Keep jogging.
Well, they can. They can.
Pull over. Right
go right
pull
now.
over. Yeah, you could pull over, but don't like try to write it down as you're driving. I don't want anybody to get an accident. All right. So what is the the topic is 3 things you should do at practice. Was this a Facebook group one?
It was a Facebook from our Facebook group. So go to Coaching Youth Hoops on Facebook, or I'm sorry, search for Coaching Youth Hoops.
Yes.
Group on Facebook. Great community for you to find out or learn from other coaches, as well as Steve and I. It's clean. Steve is the policeman.
I am the enforcer. I'm the mall. I'm mall. What's the Bart? Whatever mall that mall. Yeah. Mall cop Bart. Whatever.
Yeah, wasn't it mall cop?
Something. Yeah. Whatever it is. It's funny. Yeah. It's funny. So all right. So you want to go first? You want me to go first? Whatever.
Go first.
Matter. Yeah. All right. So again, there's a difference between a 2nd grader and 8th grader. But I'm going to say one thing you should do at every practice is some sort of skill development, even with an 8th.
What does that mean?
That means
skill development.
That's a good question. Good question. Yeah. So it's not 5-on-5. It's not working on your out of bounds plays. It's not. It's working on specific skill sets. No, those can rotate, like shooting, ball handling, dribbling, passing, in defense, like individual skill sets. I think sometimes get lost because you have 2 practices and you're worried about your press break or your those things. So I think that is one thing that should happen at every youth practice from now until eternity. A chunk of practice should be skill work.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. You can decide on your team better than I can decide because I don't see your team. So that's one thing. Another thing would be some small-sided game work in the sense of where they learn to play the game, not necessarily 5-on-5. So 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 3-on-4, disadvantage games. And then the third thing, especially at the younger youth levels, you got to do something fun. So maybe at the older levels, it's scrimmage. That's what I used to do. It's like the reward was they got to play at the end. At the younger ages, it might be dribble tag or knockout or something like that. So those would be my big three for every youth practice. What are yours?
So I think it might be worth breaking it down a little bit.
You want to get more in the micro. I'm in the macro.
Yeah, the micro. Yeah. So K through 3, I absolutely agree with you. Ball handling, definitely some sort of ball handling, dribbling, that type of thing. Ball in their hand, most of practice. Some fun, make it more fun game-based things in practice. Base your practice around fun games, right? It doesn't have to be so structured. And then I think the last thing would be just some basic basketball movement, like even if it's you can Google this one, Tiger drill, and like a 5.
What do you mean by movement? Cut. Like you mean like as a cohesive group?
Yeah, as a kind of yeah, exactly. So if you imagine 5 spots, you're on a 5 out. You're just teaching them the game itself and how to move, and something in that order where it's not, yes, should 100% of the focus or 90% of the focus should be on those skill building stuff, but yet add a little bit of the structured movement of a basketball team, right? Or basketball playing the game itself.
I'm going to add a 4th one.
Okay. Please.
That everyone needs to remember that you're coaching 4th graders.
Well, in this case, 3rd graders.
Or whatever it is. But I think sometimes as coaches, as the adults, we forget our audience sometimes. And it's not one of the 3, but I think it's an important thing up here. Remember your audience,
Yes.
Yeah.
That goes
Anyway.
to all grades for sure. Remember your
It does,
audience.
doesn't it? Remember your audience. All right.
right,
So
let's talk
three
about
great
then.
things.
Oh yeah. Well, let's go 4 through 6 now. It's kind of
you're
I broke it up.
You're going micro. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going micro. So 4 through 6, again, skill building. That's every practice. That's going to be in the 7th and 8th group as well. Continue doing that. I think in the 4th through 6, you can start introducing some of your like the offense and defensive schemes that you're going to run definitely at the 6th grade level, and more of that type of thing, and then break that down, and then definitely small-sided games. That should be a huge part, so they can practice, work on skills at the same time, learning your offense and defensive schemes. 7 and 8, skill building, of course, we said that. And here's where I think you can get into more nuance and technical things, even shooting and more shooting practice and scoring and finishing moves at that level. And then definitely the small-sided games again, and maybe a little bit more time devoted to those, with more competition based, like the consequences if you're going to lose, right? Or that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and you're building them. It's a progression. So as you're trying to get them ready to go play 9th grade or high school and stuff. I agree. All right, anything else, Coach?
No, just again, I think just to recap overall, you nailed it, which is skill building, and skill building.
Yes.
Some sort of small-sided game, fun activity that they're playing, and then they all want to shoot the ball. So
they do. They all want to score. Give that website one more time for the Black Friday, because it's coming up.
It is basketballblackfriday.com.
Check it out. Won't find a deal like that anywhere. Trust me. It's coming down after. If I have anything to do with it. All right. Till next week, Coach.
The next
9,
week.
And then when they're 17, there's just that change of, you tend to see a lot of this, and that's just purely observational. I don't disagree.
I don't disagree with that. I think what it takes is a lot of reps to shoot the ball correctly.
Yes.
But like I said, I have a 3rd grade girl who can shoot the ball, and she's a tiny little thing. She can do layups. Now she can't stop shooting threes, and we just started working on regular layups, because at that age, they move up the line on a layup. She can hit the rim and make, maybe 1 out of 5 right now.
Right.
But she knows how to shoot with her legs the way you should be shooting.
Yes.
She has the proper form already.
Right.
Amazing. Right. Anyway, but pivoting, I think it's like some footwork stuff in there. Let me ask you a different question. Okay, so now we know your number one thing is ball handling. Is that correct? That's what you said, right?
Yeah, I don't think you've changed my mind, but yes.
No. So let's go top 3 now. So if I'm a youth coach, these are going to be my daily vitamins, right? So one is ball handling, which is different than dribbling, by the way, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Ball handling, dribbling, whatever. It's the same thing. Dribbling, just like when we're old. I would say 2 is defense.
How'd you get those balloons?
I have no idea where those balloons came from. Did you just see that?
Yeah. Is your birthday?
No. Anyway, I don't know how that happened. Anyway, we'll see if that actually shows up. Anybody that's listening, there's like balloons just happened on my thing. I don't know why that happened. Happy birthday. That's not my birthday. I would say defense, and then I would put shooting. So I would put the defensive fundamentals would be my second skill, I think.
Okay.
But ahead of like rebounding or passing, or I think the defensive principles, like help line on the ball. Yeah. And then I would put shooting third. Probably not the normal answer, but that's what I think.
Yeah. So ball handling, defensive principles, and then shooting.
Yep.
Is that what I heard?
In the elementary level.
At the elementary level. Yeah. Well, Coach Mark, he agrees with you. Dribbling and man defense principles were his too. Again, this is off our Facebook group.
Yeah.
I love this answer. To love basketball.
Hopefully that's
right. But that kind of goes to my argument, right? Ball goes in, I get excited. I love basketball, right?
Right. No, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. You made me think about it from a different standpoint.
There's a lot of answers: layups, ball handling, defense, work as a team. Good one. Pivoting.
Footwork could be in there at the younger level. Even knowing at the young levels, they don't even know how to run in some respects. Their gait is bad. You can teach them how to run. Like, here's how we run down the court. But I know I love that. So this is the reason you should go over and join the Facebook group. I'm going to just circle back to the beginning of the podcast because you can jump in on this discussion. I'm sure this has been popping at the top of the discussion board for a while. Anything else on this, Coach?
No, I again, I think this was a great discussion because it is hard when you have one or two practices. What do you focus on? You have so much to focus on. And teaching them, and if you obviously can combine drills where you're working on multiple tasks at the same time, that's always better. But yeah, this is had quite a few. It was a big discussion on the Facebook group. So
go over and join it. Facebook group. All right, till next week, Coach.
Till next week.
Hey, everybody. Coach Bill and I have a secret. First of all, we're giving away an IC3 basketball shot trainer. It's awesome. It's like a $500 value. Thank you, Dr. Dish. So if you want a chance to be able to win that, go over to basketballblackfriday.com. We're going to do some special things on Black Friday, so we want to let you know about them. Go over there, register, get a chance to win that IC3 basketball shot trainer, and find out the secret. All right, have a great day.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.